Welcome back. Welcome to English Bilingualism 101 with Dr. Varghese. I'm Matthew Varghese. Today we are going to talk in detail about what happens when somebody become a bilingual or somebody's brain become bilingual. Of course, as I have been discussing last week, one will get an efficiency and fluency in using any language, in the case English, and the language one is learning will become a part of this language set, bilingual set, which means one become a multilingual without much effort. One can become a multilingual just to know the syntax of the language or the structuring format of the language. And when one work with the structuring format of the language, the essentials of the language will be absorbed into the brain, and it will become a part of a part of this linguistic structure of a personality. But that is not the only benefit one gets from becoming a bilingual. A bilingual actually be able to sharpen the neural circuits in the brain. It means that the bilinguals have less chance to get brain-connected diseases, like for example, senile dementia or Alzheimer's disease or often depression. All these brain-related diseases can be resisted effectively because brain gains what they call in neurology as the brain acquires a kind of added brain entropy. And this has been proven by various studies since, in my knowledge, from 2005 or 6 onwards. Many linguists have found, or researchers have found, that this property of the brain. The incident I cited in this book, from two incidents I have cited in this book, the examples I have cited in this book. One is from a Canadian study made with native English speakers, and they are monolinguals. They could only process one language. Then the second group who participated in this study was the Tamil people from India or Sri Lanka, and they could use English and Tamil fluently. And you should understand, Tamil and English have a real structural difference. So the bilinguals of Tamil origin, they found that their brain entropy or brain health continues for longer years. On the other hand, the monolingual's brain function declines very quickly with the advancing age. It means that the monolingual have higher chances of getting dementia, while the proficient bilinguals have better health, better better strength or better brain entropy to resist against this kind of diseases. It means that the newly formed neural circuits, I will give another presentation later about bilingual. What happens to the neural structure of the brain? I will cite an example, a video, a presentation done by Dr. Joy Hirsch from New York. She's a doctor, she's a brain surgeon, but she used the neural structuring of bilingual or for marking the brain correctly to operate it. That is one really what I have seen is the real bilingual brain formation, the neural formation in the brain, and she mapped the brain in such a way that the bilinguals have a wider broadcast area, language processing area or language faculty, and it sustains the brain health. Anyway, another study I have cited also, I have come across this one run in Kentucky College of Medicine, where they have done a longer study, and in this study they have found that they took monolingual seniors, bilingual seniors, and monolingual juniors, means young people, young adults, and bilingual young adults. And in this study, in a wider array, I mean like that, it taken a wider specimen, and that study shown that that the monolingual seniors are, with advancing age, their brain entropy declines. They have larger chances to get senile dementia or Alzheimer's disease or many of the brain wasting diseases. While on the other hand, the bilingual seniors, they maintain a brain entropy that is equal to the young adults. It means that if a man becomes 60, 65, his brain function is almost same as a bilingual senior in 65, 70. His brain function is almost equal to that of a man of 30s, in the 30s, like that. On the other hand, the monolingual seniors with the advancing age declines the brain function, and they have a very good chance to get dementia or Alzheimer's disease. This is a very important study that actually promote the bilingual education. In fact, like this senile dementia or Alzheimer's disease have practically no cure. Actually, if you get it, you will die with that. Only what the available treatments are just to maintain the brain situation little further, but they cannot cure it. So getting this the brain disease, if it can be resisted, and researchers say that the bilingual seniors clearly shows a 4 to 5 or 6 years the chances for getting somebody who is bilingual is delayed for 5 or 6 years than his, the the chances to get what is called the senile dementia. So it can be delayed for 4 or 5 years because like if the body structure, brain structure is like that, the genome study and all, like somebody can gauge what are the chances for one to get this kind of diseases. But they have clearly found that this is can be delayed for 4 to 5 to 6 years. Maybe it may not come at all. That there are also a chance for that. But now in the world, senile dementia or Alzheimer's disease is one disease that has no cure. And there are also studies which shows that the brain retains the gray matter if one is a bilingual, because the gray matter actually decline with the advancing age, and the loss of gray matter, people don't know why it is. It happens in the brain, and there is no study. They say that it is no because of the lifestyle or as the brain don't have a lymphatic system. The body has a lymphatic system. Body can clean itself. All waste can be thrown out from the body through urine, stool, and sweat, and all those function. But brain never does that. Brain needs a kind of sleep as a cure, and sleep and rest and all these things are absolutely necessary for the brain to function, to clean the brain. But unfortunately, people don't have that kind of life situation available to them. So only thing what can be done is to increase the vitality of the neural circuits. And becoming bilingual, the neural circuits will become very active. It will assist the brain to keep its health or resist the brain from getting diseases. Like, for example, in this country and almost everywhere, depression is a big problem, but it is not a psychological problem as the way it is being pictured by many people. May not be any psychological reason that can put one into a depressive stage of mind. It is the loss of brain vitality or brain entropy. That is what many studies says nowadays. That people thought that it is a kind of mental activity that push somebody to have depression and all those things, all those modern diseases. This was not a disease maybe 60, 70 years ago, but now it is everywhere, spreading everywhere. So if there is a method to stop all this, I think it is worth trying. And people, when we talk about mentalies or bilingual brain, people have a negative view towards it. But besides the fact, it has only benefit. If you become a bilingual, you have so many benefits. The brain becomes very active. You can use many languages. And so this book actually I published based on these requirements, because to become a bilingual, it is not easy. You need to do a different kind of practice that that would help you to generate bilingual brain, actively functioning bilingual brain, and a young adult or adolescent or one in youth or a child can easily become bilingual. So I have devised this method from my experience of teaching students in Japan, and I have can proudly say that I made many bilinguals who could think in both languages, and that is one area of requirement for somebody to be a proficient communicator and an intellectual in the present world situation, because if the brain don't work functionally, you not be able to think properly, you cannot read properly, you cannot concentrate properly, you cannot conduct your life properly, you cannot take decisions. The basic problem today, maybe people think that it is a cultural problem, but one of the problems which we face today relating to taking decisions, young people are very, very weak in taking decisions. They just follow others. So all these things, because of the declining intellectual culture, people are not very happy to think and develop their own ideas and thoughts and understanding about the world. Anyway, that is it. I'll switch over to Japanese. 今日は私、バイリングルになったら、どういうようなベネフィットある、私たちにこの、脳の力変わるとき、英語で、アントロピーと、ブレインアントロピーというのを一つ単語がある。単語の意味といったら、私たちの脳の力開ける。脳の中、神経の回路、言葉に、一つ一つ言葉によって、一つ一つ回路を作るので、脳の力、これによって開ける。これのベネフィット何と言ったら、年配になるとき、年上になるとき、私たちにボケになるアルツハイマー病気来る可能性多いです。それをやめるできない、でも止めるできる。これどうやって止めると言ったら、4年から6年ぐらい遅れてくる、actually ね。これは脳の力あるので、この病気早めに入ってこない。それと言ったらもう一つのこと、今の時代で一番流行ってる一つ病気というのはうつです。今いっぱい、教育来てる。このうつについての関係によっていっぱい教育今上がってきてる。これの中見たら、うつというのは本当で心的な心理的な問題じゃないんです。It's not a psychological problem. これ脳から受けてる。脳の神経弱くなってる。それで本当で抽象して考えできない。You cannot concentrate and think. これのせいで私たちにこのうつ入ってくる。これはあまり死ぬ病気とかアルツハイマーぐらいの病気じゃないんで、これ治すもできるね。あれどうやってとかいうのは専門家に聞いてにだけできるけども、今いっぱいこういうような研究来てる。日本の場合で見たらこのうつへ入ってる人たち多いですね。 止まるで、止まるできると言ったら、一ついいことですね。バイリンガルになるというのは、私に考えてみたら、会長のところでも、脳の健康のところでもいいことですね。So that is it for today. I just wanted to tell you that bilingualism or generating bilingual brain has several more advantages, and people should attempt to become bilingual. And in my book, I try to address this issue. I had made at least 15 years, more than 15 years of research and study, observation, constant observation with my students, how they generate the speaking skills in a language, and why speaking skill is important. This will be our topic next week. In fact, the second language or foreign language education is giving less importance for generating speaking skills. This is very important. What is speaking skills? What speaking skills can give a learner an added advantage is we can see from the native speakers' ability to speak in the language, while he or she will study the grammar and the higher aspects of language in school or university. But in the case of a second language learner, they learn the higher aspect of language in schools and university, where they forget to generate speaking skills. This is against the rules what Aristotle explained in his book on interpretation. He said it is all starting from speech, the act of speech. So we will talk about the speech act and how it is important, how it is significant for somebody who is learning a language. Bye for now. If you feel this discussion, this talk is beneficial, please like it, subscribe it, share it with your friends. Maybe they will be benefited by hearing this talk. Bye for now.